Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and these stories come from Spain. The Spanish police have revealed today the takedown of a narco bank, which was helping criminals to launder their money that they'd earned from selling hard drugs. But before we talk about that story, I want to talk about Operation Chaplin. This is the most recent that the police have done in Spain to combat drug trafficking. And they say that this gang operated in the north of the country, and a notorious gangster from the local area was in charge of the distribution of cocaine through Castilla in Madrid and also Navarra. They say the gang controlled one of the largest cocaine distribution points in the northern part of the country. Police made seizures of 20 kilos of speed, 5 kilos of MDMA, 300 kilos of hashish, 57 kilos of cocaine, 50 kilos of marijuana and 2 kilos of amphetamine and ketamine. The investigations have been going on since 2020, and a series of arrests have followed in police's efforts to battle the Carline clan. They say they have contacts in Africa and were importing the drugs directly to Spain to then send on to the rest of Europe. They said they've seized a fleet of 20 vehicles, most of them high-end, and several had watertight compartments where they could store up to 100 kilos of cocaine. They say this will have a massive effect on the gang, and they've had to reorganise to try to recover from the blow. And these are the sort of serious gangs that would be using what the police have called a narco bank. They say the money laundering came from drug traffickers and was operating from Gibraltar and in the province of Seville. The investigation began with the knowledge of existence of a person who accepted large amounts of money from people dedicated to drug trafficking, and they helped to launder the capital. Police said the organisation used companies and third-party companies as well in order to launder the money through homes, property, transfers and periodic payments of cash, and even registration in social security. They say this bank has been operating since at least 2015, and they found at least £5 million that has gone through their papers. The reason as to why the police became aware of them is due to the fact they was trying to invest in solar park projects, which is a form of green energy and a massive growing industry in the world. They said that they tried to launder 123 million euros through this project, and this is what kind of alerted the authorities to the scale of the traffickers that were using this bank. The narco bank, they said, at this moment in time was in technical bankruptcy and was having to make payments from funds on new deposits to cover the threatening demands of previous investors who were notorious drug traffickers. So this takedown of the money is definitely going to have an effect on the gangs, but of course there's always somebody that will be willing to step into place. In some other seizures coming from Spain as well, police said they've found a new importation route coming through the Canary Islands. They have seized 4 tons of cannabis, that is 4,000 kilos. They say the investigation began when they became aware of a new narcotic route through the peninsula, and they made previous stops at the Canary Islands. They said this was an unusual route that had never been taken much before, to the knowledge of the civil guard. They said later in the investigation they discovered the infrastructure of a company, the same sort of company that would be laundering their money through narco banks, that was able to hide the drugs in cargo on ships. Police say they intercepted a large cargo heading for Toledo, and the driver tried to flee, but he was arrested with 1,274 kilos of hashish inside. And finally, in some news from Le Mans, police have found a laboratory that was creating speed. 56 kilos of speed, 10 kilos of hashish, 2.7 kilos of cocaine and 20 kilos of amphetamine was seized from this lab. They said they dismantled this laboratory that had been operating for at least a year, and they say nearly 60 kilos of speed was seized, and they believe that it could have made 1.5 million euros. So this goes to show the intricate levels and the way that this system works. This is not just simplicity. This is a very complicated multi-billion-dollar industry that is interwoven into normal society. The underground is not hidden. It's right in front of you. These companies are registered. They have to launder the money through somewhere. So it's right in front of your face. So I really appreciate you joining me today. I really want to hear what people have to say on this story. Thank you to all the expats, Spanish subscribers that send me stories every single day. And don't forget, you can check out all the latest news on the website and upload your own stories for me to check out on there as well. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.